Yo, what up? You already know what it is, man. It's the General Thoughts Podcast. Your boy, Tysheem Crocker, aka Book De Niro. We back with another episode. The last episode, we had the opportunity to get an extraordinary Queen Bee on the podcast. Certified legal investigator Kitty Haley. And that was a great experience for myself, and she thoroughly enjoyed it as well. And we're gonna keep moving forward, giving y'all content and updates and a piece of me. I've been going from the streets for so fucking long.
Yeah.
It's a miracle and an honor that people are even still interested in my story or what I have to say. But I appreciate you all, every last listener, if it's 1 minute or 30 minutes. If it's every episode or every other episode, I appreciate it. I appreciate my family. And I don't really have many friends, but the ones I do have, I appreciate y'all as well.
What we gonna get into? What we gonna let the people know?
Oh man, today was the first win in this journey.
Yeah.
Today was the first time that I was able to rejoice since 1997. Uh, and I spoke to my attorney, Michael Wiseman, today, and we knew this day was coming. But today I officially became an Innocence Project client.
Right.
O-
That's
Officially, like
officially right,
officially.
cause I've been running around saying, yeah, we got the Innocence Project on our side now, but I guess we was just going through the vetting process at first.
It's a very tedious task for those lawyers to be able to determine who's innocent, which cases to take, and which cases not to touch. As we saw, the country and the world last month, and in February when they took the Scott Peterson case. It was like, why would they take that case? No one really knows what's going on behind the scenes
Right.
or what it takes before they could determine whether or not you're innocent. And they don't take your case unless there's been a determination that you're innocent. So although we've had help over the last several years, pro bono work, uh, 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 you know, activists being interested in this, documentaries coming out, being able to do the Jason Flom wrongful conviction podcast, et cetera, et cetera. We were never officially stamped by the Innocence Project. I want to make that clear. But today, as of April 18th, 2024, I am Innocence Project client, and they have a strategy and a plan laid out. And while they are doing what they do extraordinarily and with class, I will remain poised and patient and display dignity and gratitude. That is for ventilation.
Yeah, man. That's a big joint. That's a big accomplishment, man. Like I know it's finally a relief to you because you've been pressing so hard to prove your innocence, or just for somebody to listen to you and say you innocent. Now you got like the gods of innocence, right? Like
The top dogs, they
right,
are they are they are the they are the guys. I don't use the word God loosely because I do practice religion. I am I am Muslim,
right.
and I associate no partners with God, with the law.
Mm,
But however, when you use it in the terminology that you used it in,
right.
they are elite. They are that they are them. They are that's Griselda.
Right, right.
In the music
Yeah.
industry right now. That's those is my guys. I
Mm,
love them to death. They music. That is the LeBron James of the NBA. And it doesn't happen for many people, man. You believe it or not, you more letters go out saying there's nothing we could do,
right.
or we're sending your stuff back. we reviewed everything. We can't help you. Then there is we got this case. This is great for our brand. The Innocence Project is a nonprofit organization with a reputation that is immaculate.
Right. And that's crazy, right? Because like you said, they send back people's stuff, but that's not to say that those people who get their stuff sent back are not innocent, right? Like they probably just didn't have enough meat on their case for them to 100 unequivocally say they innocent, right?
Clearly. I second that.
Yeah. So, so that's like a crazy thing, right? Like you innocent, you know you didn't do this thing, but you don't got enough evidence. I wonder how
Right.
what the numbers are of that. Like it's probably
When you
unquantifiable. You can't quantify it.
right, you got I watched the CJ Rice documentary on CNN last month. Jake Tapper was involved with that, and Anderson Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
His show is called what's the name of his show?
360 is his.
No, he has a show. He has a show that it's something new. I can't think of the
Oh yeah,
name
he
of it
did.
right now,
Cause
but
he left, right? He left from wherever he was at before, and then he went and started a new.
right, it escapes me right now. But what happens is he gets to the facts, and it was a case in Pennsylvania where I've been incarcerated for my entire adult life.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Rice was arrested when he was 17 and charged with several crimes and sentenced to 30 to 60 years in prison.
Right.
Uh, he's home now. He's free. The
Mm-hmm.
same firm that represents him is the same firm that represents me. Um, During the course of that documentary with Anderson Cooper and Jake Tapper,
Right.
there was an attorney that worked on the case as well from the Innocence/Exoneration Project.
Right.
And about to get to the point you said that there's so many people that there's not enough, but it does not diminish your belief that you're innocent or the fact that you're innocent. She said there's at least 50,000 people wrongfully convicted or innocent in prison.
That's crazy.
50,000. That's a small city.
Right. Right. That's crazy.
And there's not enough resources, enough pro bono attorneys, enough investigators to help everybody.
Right.
So when you get selected, that's why it is so special.
Well, I'm definitely glad that you've been selected, and that our journey is coming to an end with with the night. Your
Right. This.
nightmare is ending. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
I can't wait for the things to come, man, for sure.
You played a significant role in this.
Yeah, I do it again, man. Like
Significant.
I would do it again, man. Like it's no, it was no, like, even say if I was just Naquan's friend, I feel like I would still do it even if I wasn't engaged or married to her or even messing with her, and I met you. I think I would still have went on this journey with you. I feel like that,
Mm,
for sure. I don't
I
think.
appreciate that, man.
Yeah, like I don't think that played 100, like even like 1% of the factor of me.
I want the
Yeah,
I want the listeners to know something though.
yeah, good.
You didn't just take my word for it
No,
when I said, "Yo, Omar, I'm innocent."
no.
They framed me.
Hmm.
You went and did your own research.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I think that if you're gonna step on to like a journey like that, I think it's kind of like in the same vein as the Innocence Project. You can't just say, "Oh, I like this guy. Let me believe him and just help him get out of this problem." And you know what I mean? Ted Bundy was charismatic as well, and we know that he wasn't the right candidate for somebody to do that with. You know what I mean? So
Right.
not saying that you're anywhere near that on the scale of near him. You know, I'm just saying that didn't play a part as well either. That was just that was a fact that helped me get personable with you and learn more about what went on with your situation. So
Right.
that was a
Right.
good thing. Because you could have been bitter. You could have been like, I don't know this dude, man. Like, well, I want to tell him my story. Like, you know what I mean? I just want to see my moms and my
Yeah.
sister. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? You
I
know.
could have been a sour puss.
Right. I mean,
Don't
and you would
even
have been
speak
well
to
if
you.
you would have been well within your
Well,
rights though, because it look
let me
what they
say
did to
this:
you.
when I saw you though, that
Yeah.
very first visit, I saw myself again. And what I mean by that is the presentation. The charisma, the flyness, the love of family, and you had this big chain on your neck, and you had the flyest kicks,
Yeah.
and it reminded me of where I come from. You know,
Yeah.
not that gold chains and sneakers determine a man's uh,
Right.
uh, 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 his fortitude,
Right.
but it was a telling moment, and I knew we was gonna connect.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, it's just like we it's like we knew each other for sure. Like when we first met, we really kicked it off. So I mean, I knew it was something that I had to do as well as starting the helping you start the company. That came later. That came later after a couple visits and stuff like that, and I found out, because I felt like this, like when somebody is in your position, it's not much they could do but try to figure out how they're going to get out, and or just be figure like I'm cutting off the outside world. This is the world that I'm gonna live in. I'm gonna just become
Right,
this world. You know what I mean? And for you to
right.
come,
What
yeah, I'm listening.
would it make sense if I said I was here but I wasn't here? Like I was here but I was out there.
Right, in your mind,
You
right?
feel me?
Yeah,
In my mind, my mind was always free. You know, Albert Einstein says sometimes the imagination is more valuable than knowledge because knowledge constricts you, confines you to what you know. Your imagination allows you to tap into things that's unknown. So I was here, but I was also allowed to be there
right.
or wherever I wanted to be.
Yeah, yeah. I've like that's kind of like Hurricane Carter said that a few other people,
Hmm.
even the guy I'm not I'm I don't I've drawn a blank on his name, but the guy from For Life, he even said
Hmm.
that. You know what I mean? He even said that too. So
What's his
this
name? Isaac Wright.
right, Isaac Wright. Yep, that's his name.
Isaac Wright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
I
know.
identify with Isaac Wright. I identify with the
Hmm.
Hurricane Carter.
Yeah.
And I'm actually writing a book right now where one of my characters he goes through a Hurricane Carter experience. He refuses to wear the clothes of a guilty man,
Right.
and he's tossed into solitary confinement
Yeah.
for his discretions and rebellion.
Yeah. That's. I don't know. That's a lot, man. I know that's a lot. Like like to come in there and be like I'm innocent, and then be forced to
What
wear.
I came in as a kid too. I came in as a kid, and I
Right.
said I'm innocent. I'm not.
Right.
I didn't do this, and I stood on business 10 toes down.
Hmm.
I wasn't always the best guy as it pertained to what they consider the best guy
Right.
when you in this environment. I was trying to stay alive. and not die inside. And when I say inside, I mean the soul
Internal, right? Yeah. Spiritual.
internally, like, because that is what they want to do.
Yeah.
The objective is to snap your soul in half.
Right.
And if that is accomplished, you have given up
Yeah.
any hope. And what hope is the great equalizer in sustaining life in dire circumstances.
Right. Yeah, you say they want to do that. I know the system is designed like that, but I feel like it's like I think of the same thing like when you get in the military, right? Like they kind of like brainwash you into thinking that serving your country, protecting your platoon and your guys is the utmost to everything. You know what I mean? Anybody else,
Mm-hmm.
man, woman, child, they they
Mm-hmm.
they just they the ops or the enemy, you know. And I feel like
Right.
that's the same thing they do with the police. I feel like that's the same thing they do with correctional officers. You know, I feel like it's just the training that they do, and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that those people, not necessarily all of them, but those people, they go through that training and they get brainwashed into that stuff, into thinking that those are the things that they supposed to do or the way they supposed to treat people. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And
Right.
I don't know. I don't even know how you could rectify that or change that system. It's going to be a hard and a long battle to change
I
that
I
system.
I will say this. We like to say, and it's almost becoming cliche that the system is broken.
Right.
But from my vantage point,
Oh,
I believe that it is working exactly
how it
the
was
way they
designed.
designed it to
Hmm.
work.
Right.
You look, you see 75% of the prisoners are minorities. You have a 95% conviction rate. You have appeals courts that affirm 90 to 95% of the cases that come before them. And this is a system that is working exactly the way they designed it. So my message, man, I wanted to, update my supporters, my fans, the listeners, what was going on today. Today was a win for us, for my family, for me, for our movement. And it's the beginning of the end. But the message is prison sucks. When you turn on the news and you see what the government is using to politicize their runs for whatever office it is, may it be the highest office in the land or just a Senate seat or a congressional seat. Crime is at the heart of it.
Right.
So I want people to consider that. Like when you out there, I understand survival is survival, man. We learn to do all of everything with absolutely nothing because we are the ancestors of the historically deprived race.
Right.
But the crime has to be curbed because these prisons, this way of life, being in prison, it sucks, man.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine. You know what I mean?
Uh, so we've this was general thoughts,
Right.
our opportunity to give y'all some content. Before we sign off, we want y'all to know um, we got the audio book.
Oh yeah.
We got the audio book.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the
War
war
report.
report and audio book.
Yeah.
you know, um, Let me get them a little bit of that before we roll out. Is it enough time for that?
Yeah, we could give them about 4 or 5 minutes of it if we wanted to do that
Uh,
one. That's about one
okay.
chapter.
So let me say this though,
Yeah.
right? So I woke up one morning and they had the encore of the Jennifer Hudson show on. So I tuned into the Jennifer Hudson show, 6 a.m. on TLC. Every opportunity that I get, I'll pray and then I'll tune in. On this particular day, she had Sanaa Lathan
Mm-hmm.
on the show, and I'm a big fan of Sanaa Lathan's. So Jennifer Hudson was asking Sanaa Lathan what she had going on, what was next, et cetera, et cetera. What caught my attention and had me honed in was when she said, Sanaa said, I worked with James Patterson. Jennifer Hudson said, "What did you write a book? Did you guys work on a book?" She said, "No, I did the audio book." So Jennifer Hudson said, "How did you do that?" Sanaa said, "You get into acting mode. It's just like reading a script. You just become the actor." And I said, "Wow, I want to do that. I want Sanaa Lathan to do my audio book for my new novel."
Right.
And I went to my team. I said something to them about it, and they said, "If you got $1 million, you might be able to make something like that happen."
Yeah.
Well, we don't have $1 million,
Yeah.
but we did. We got an aspiring actress,
Right.
and she did a phenomenal job putting together this audio book. And here's a little piece of it. Check it out. Let us know what you think.
For sure.
Continue to subscribe. Continue to spread the word. Check out the website. Sign the petition. And thank you for listening. You have any closing words? Oh,
Yeah, nah, I just want to say that if you're looking at this and if you looked at previous videos, just make sure you like and drop a little comment, even if it's a thumbs up. And also make sure you subscribe because we got more stuff that's going to happen later on. And you don't want to miss out on that stuff. We're going to have some giveaways and some other things going on. So please, just get that subscribe button a punch. And that's it, man. We out. General Thoughts Podcast, man.
General Thoughts Podcast. More to come. Peace, peace, peace.
Easy.
Hi, Marissa. Hey, girl. Marissa replied with equal vigor as she embraced attorney Cassie Monroe. It's about time you made some time for me. Cassie Monroe simply smiled, showing off her cocaine white veneers. At 57 now, Cassie looked marvelous, and by the look on Marissa's face, her choice of dress for the occasion validated that appeal. I'm just getting back from the south of France. After your divorce settlement, I needed a break from courtrooms. The year was 2016, and Marissa was finally free to live again. Her divorce had been finalized after 2 dreadful years of battling for independence. She finished with a healthy alimony, $5,000 a month, thanks to attorney Cassie Monroe. When Marissa was in her 20s, she married an artist named Kareem. He'd gotten into the life of fine art through his days of graffiti. When they connected, Marissa was vulnerable, lavishing a breakup, and he was getting by doing murals of fallen street legends. Marissa was waitressing. Those were her rebellion days. Trying to show her true love, she didn't need him as much as his ego thought she did. Marissa carried herself and Kareem with her paltry earnings. He was respectful and a good guy. Eventually, Kareem hit it big when megastar Jay-Z purchased one of his paintings. Without a second thought, Kareem cheated with an Instagram model. It was all over social media. Pronto, Marissa saw her way out and filed, and Warren Smith liked it. You did a great job with that. I have to thank you again. Child, please. We have come a long way, and I've known you since you were what, 19? Yes. Marissa meekly agreed, smiling. How is Warren? Warren is fine, with his fine ass. He gets finer and finer with age, she said, unable to forget the time they had spent together. That's why you wanted that divorce, huh? I wanted a divorce because I didn't marry the man I was truly in love with. And Bozo gave me a way out. I thought you and Warren were gonna make it. We did. We made it out of that black rat trap. My ex-husband is a famous artist now, and the love of my life, Warren, is living his dream of owning several boutiques. Marissa bragged. I'm still reeling over that turn of events. It's been, 17 years now? I was totally blindsided. It has been. Have you ever contacted mathematics after things went wickedly awry? Cassie Monroe pursed her plump red lips, then said, I checked on him a few times over the years. He just got out of solitary for the umpteenth time. Mister can't stay out of trouble. But we have not spoken since that day you and Warren met at Four Seasons in 1999. I remember that day. It was really cold, and I saw Warren out front with you crying. For me, everything changed that day. I learned that day just how emotionally intelligent Warren is, Cassie. Last year, I attended a criminal justice gala where an announcement was made about the launch of a conviction integrity unit here in the Bronx. I thought about filing an application on their behalf. There was some corruption involved in the case, but my sanity is sacred. Creepy Kelly? Marissa sulked. Their eyes met. Creepy Kelly, Cassie concurred. Let's walk around, check out some of this amazing art. Marissa suggested while looping her arm through Cassie's. Super producer Swizz Beats was holding an event, his second non-commission art fair. It went down in the Bronx, Port Morris section, just 10 minutes from where Marissa had grown up. In attendance were the city's denizens, as well as billionaires, millionaires, and thousandaires. But it was the sight of ASAP Mob Chief's ASAP Rocky, New York's own, that made Marissa warm inside. The once local rapper had gone Hollywood, but wasn't too good to return to New York City. Bacardi execs, folks from the tech industry, and intellectual property giants were in attendance too. It gave Marissa a sense of peace to be in settings as such. The networking was soothing. While potential men to date came in varieties, her preference would always be bad boys, had been since the day of perching in her windowsill overlooking her concrete jungle. Kareem was ex-urban, but at the same time, he had come from a background worth exploring. With Cassie Monroe by her side, Marissa found herself subconsciously wandering the halls of her past. Beautiful art by so many talented people stared back at her, but Marissa was a dreamer, a visionary. She believed in putting good energy into the universe, hoping for a respectable return on her investment. Cassie, what is this painting telling you? Cassie Monroe said, It is abstract, colorful, loaded with intent. I see the present, the future, but also the past. To me, it is saying, not all wars are bad.